where the wrestling truth resides.
And then I also had Triple L because I wasn't on the podcast last week because we had a big snowstorm that took my power out.
Yeah, you're trying to get in there.
Yeah, I tried. I showed up for a little bit and then my power went out. But I got to go to my first Triple L show, Lucha Libre and Laughs. I promote them all the time on the podcast. But again, because that's always on Fridays and the podcast is also on Fridays, all of last year, I went to help set up, but I never stayed for the actual show. And I told the guys at this last one that I was staying for the show so I wouldn't be on the pod. And that was a fucking banger show. That is probably the biggest show in the state of Colorado. That is like the Limitless of Colorado. They sell out that venue. That venue holds 200-300 people. They sell it out every show. Easy. They sell it out every show. And Warhorse was there, so I got to see Warhorse.
I haven't seen him forever.
Yeah, I haven't seen Warhorse in a while.
I haven't seen new Warhorse. Old Warhorse.
It was interesting. It was weird because the last time I saw Warhorse, it was old Warhorse too. Yeah. This is the first time I've seen the Ring General Warhorse. It was interesting. It was cool though. It was nice. It was cool. I always love seeing guys that I know from like the East Coast that end up finding their way out here, like Warhorse. I know. I
remember you.
Alley Catch came out here. I ran into Lindsay at one point. So I always like seeing the guys that come out here because I'm like, yay! It's not just like a completely separate thing, you know. It's wild when you stop to realize how small this business really is. When I see people that I'm like, I didn't fucking know you traveled out this far. Like Warhorse, I was like, I didn't fucking know that you traveled out. Like I know Warhorse from the East Coast.
Right.
Like nope, Warhorse faced off against the champ, who's one of my great friends, Marlon Bishop. Who's got a show coming up. I'll promote that at the end of the podcast. But he faced off. It was a great match. All the matches were fucking bad. That was the first show that I found myself being a fan at for a long time. And I was ring crew, so I was watching the ring. I was got to do this, got to do that. And fucking when the show was going, I was a fan. And Limitless has done that to me a few times. But I think Grind is probably the last show that I went to that I found myself being like that. Like seeing Henry and Jay Freddy, Travis Huckabee. Like, I think Grind's last show that I was at is probably the last one I found myself doing that. A couple of the matches in Limitless I'd find myself, but Limitless was a lot of I'm on business. You know, I wouldn't be anything but the security guy and the gear runner standing there. But this show, it was fucking, as soon as the show started, I wasn't crew anymore. I sat there and I enjoyed every fucking match that happened. Everybody put on a fucking banger of a show. One of the longest running tag teams in the state of Colorado broke up. So it was kind of an MSP moment.
Right.
I wasn't as connected to it as I was to MSP.
Right.
But it was funny. It was funny because a lot of the people out there experienced the same shit that we did when MSP broke up. Yeah. So they were all, some of them were crying, they were emotional, and they were trying to explain it to me. And I was like, no, I get it. I was like, I literally had this exact same thing happen to me, like before I moved out here. A tag team of like 15 years finally broke up. I was like, no, I get it. I'm just not as connected to this team. Same diff. I was like, I'm just not as connected to this team as you guys are. But I totally get why you're crying. Because I cried when MSP broke up.
Yeah. Oh, and that match was brutal.
Dude, I had to be the one to take Danger Kid's shoes out of the ring.
Oh, I bet that was rough.
I took Troy Nelson's shoes out of the ring because I gear run for a long time. I took Nelson's shoes out of the ring, but fucking having to take Danger Kid's shoes out of the ring when the show ended and the fans were all like, can't fucking believe it. The MSP flag. Soaking wet because Danger Kid got waterboarded. Yeah, but the MSP flag was sitting there, and I don't know. I don't know what fucking possessed me, but I wrapped their shoes in the MSP flag, and that's how I took. Like, I didn't want to touch the shoes, so I wrapped them in the MSP flag and took that. And I was like, well, hope that doesn't piss anybody off because I didn't even do it without. I didn't even think about it. I just did it because it was there, and I was like, this feels like it's the only right thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that
I'll let you
match was brutal.
That match
brutal. The waterboarding, the fucking spot where Aggro fucking did the dive,
the
and
boards, the handcuffed, the earlobe.
earlobe was rough.
I hate when people do that.
That was
I
a tribute
hate.
sort of spot because that had been the first time that ever happened. I was a part of when I saw it happen. It was BRG back when he used to be called Todd Harris. Him and his brother Malik Logan. They were doing a tag team match against MSP and Brewer, and they came up with the spot to do the ear hole thing with the handcuffs. And when they did that, everyone was in awe. They were like, "That's disgusting!" And you would watch at one point he pulls against the bottom rope with the chain, and all you just watch is the ear just start this.
I hate it.
It was so gross. And then, of course, he gets out of it, and in return, BRG may or may not have gotten a lobster down his pants, a live lobster.
Where's the clip of that?
I actually.
You have it?
Yo, I gotta see that.
It's a highlight. It's in a highlight video. I'll find it on the side.
While you're looking, but we can.
Funny, I can't. I like hardcore. I love deathmatch stuff. I can't do
the gross shit.
Horror. I can't do the body horror shit. It's the same way with horror movies. I am a fucking horror movie nut. But I can't do the body horror movies.
The fingernails,
I can't fucking do it. That's the only thing that gets me to fucking scream. I can't. I don't like it.
Especially the fingernails. Especially the fingernail, pulling the fingernails out slowly. Oh yeah.
I think my thing with the earlobe is I have ear issues, and I've dealt with so many surgeries when it comes to my hearing in my life. That it just hits a different nerve for me when I see shit like that when it comes to earlobes. Because I'm like, no.
Yeah, I have gauges. What do you think I fucking feel? Like having somebody do that.
You're the idiot that fucking got gauges.
I love gauges. Fuck you. But that spot just reminded me of the Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton when he put the fucking screwdriver into his ear and twisted it.
That was okay, so this is actually the highlight video that I had made. Please bear with me. This is from 2017, so it's not the greatest highlight video ever. But this is amazing. We don't need to see what's happening. Might have to. They're doing that thing.
In the ladies' room.
Yeah.
I bet Aggro and BRG are sitting back there by the door going.
Let's just breathe for a second, guys.
Dude, I would fuck that if I know the camera's not on me. I'm sitting there going.
I have to mute it because there is music, so I'm sure the music's copyrighted and shit. So because I did not use copyright-free music for it, but this was a little tad bit of the. It's like a 2-minute video, but it features this was one of my favorite IWE tag matches that had ever been done.
Jeez, I haven't seen that before.
Back in the day, and look how tiny.
You should
look how tiny BRG is. He is a very tiny boy.
me seeing that going.
Yeah, he sees certain things.
Can I do that?
I always want to do that chair spot, but I'm afraid of fucking breaking the chairs and just hearing an earful from the fucking promoter.
That is a baby.
Bring your own chair.
It would be multiple chairs.
Bring your own multiple chairs.
I would have to.
I got multiple chairs in my trunk right now.
Yeah, well,
that was a whole cash register, by the way. Just over the.
But that felt great.
Yeah, good times. Yeah,
you give him a swirly?
He was soaked. And then I love the senton just off the chair.
Ooh, he ate all of that.
I love that. I came up with that spot, by the way, for them to stop side of the slip. Yeah, this was the first time that had ever been done. It was so bad. It was so gross. And then like at some point he's still stuck in it too. Oh yeah, and then this was the we were teasing the it was like a foreshadowing.
Boom.
Oh yeah, this was great. This bucket was full of water and had the lobster in it. Lobster was still alive. That was the best part. The lobster was still alive. There's Lights Out Lee Miller in the background as a fan because he wasn't wrestling yet. Oh yeah, and then On the Wood, by the way. Yeah, good times.
Take her that shit. Yeah.
Take her to, oh yeah, take her to.
Where's the lobster?
I thought the lobster was in the clip. It's probably in the.
You made us watch this for nothing.
Lied to me.
I thought it was
Shame.
in there. Yeah, I thought it was in there. I guess not. I haven't watched that video since literally I made it.
You probably took it out because they were like, "Hey, you probably shouldn't show a live animal being shoved down somebody's pants."
Yeah, I feel like PETA probably would have had that shit taken down.
Even though PETA is very famous for putting down dogs and shit like that. But yeah, you're right.
I don't know why I straight up thought you were going to say PETA is very famous for shoving lobsters down people's pants. And I was like, I'm sorry, what?
You'd be surprised, man.
PETA believes animals should be free, which is why they go and put down animals.